Hi guys, this is Ben from BensRPGPile, and today we're going to show you how to make a D&D DM Dice Box. All the credit here, and I mean all the credit here, goes to Simon on Old School Gamers, which is a great Facebook group, and I highly encourage you guys to join it. I'll put the link in the notes here. But Simon, there was this one thread and people were sharing how they store and what they do with their dice, and Simon showed this amazing idea. And then there's another guy, Mark Saxton, who has a channel called DM Den, I think it is. I'll put that in the notes here too. But he showed he has this crazy D&D room, and he has his own RPG pile. It is definitely Mark Saxton's RPG pile. But he also gave me the idea. So their stuff was so great, it had to be shared. And I got Simon's okay to write a blog post on it eventually, and I thought a video would be fun here, but let's see how we do it. So just about every gamer out there probably has something like this, a little dice bag. My sister-in-law made this for me. Isn't she talented? And dice bags are great. They're great for on the go. And Crown Royal, I'm sure a lot of you guys have the old blue Crown Royal dice bag. I want to get one. I don't have one. There's not one in the pile. Can you believe it? But they do serve a purpose, but here's the bummer. You don't see the dice in here, and they get lost and forgotten and stuck on the bottom. And you waste time going through your bag trying to find some of the special dice and all that good stuff. So I loved Simon's DM dice tray because everything is in clear view, and I'm going to show you all that, and it is the way to go. You're going to use more of your dice. You're going to spend less time trying to find them. It's easy to carry, and it's just a great old idea because dice in here sit in there. And the only way you see them is if you have to dump them all out. And yeah, that's okay, but there is a more organized option for you to try. Working for the man every night and day. So we're going to start by showing you just the different elements that are in or can be in your D&D DM dice tray. Say that 20 times fast. I have a great post, a couple great posts on BensRPGPile.com about dice, so I encourage you guys to search the archives and look for that. But I'm just going to cover some of the highlights here because video is fun. So let's kick her off. First thing, big dice. I know, right? Maybe too big, but I am not as young as I used to be, and looking at dice can be a little tricky sometimes. And some of my guys roll these super tiny dice, and you can't read them. Here, I'll show you an example. All right, these guys, right, these really tiny dice, and I don't like everybody. It's like there's big suspense. What do you roll? And we all have to lean forward in the table. That's hard to read. So I like the big dice. So my DM at Gen Con, Jeff, he uses big dice, and I like it. Feels good in the hand, and easy to read. So big dice deserve a spot in the tray, and there's all different colors, and they're nice and big, and they make noise, and maybe you got a big old wooden D6 in there. So yeah, I like those, and you know, they're just easy to roll, easy to read. So now we're going to talk about D6s. Everybody has a lot of D6s and good old fireball D6s and all that stuff. And I have a lot of variety in D6s. So I got my bone D6s. They just feel great. They're real light. I have the Gen Con. Every year Gen Con gives away a set of special dice. And I always try to pick these up. I think I've been going for like 7 years now, and I'm such a lucky person to be able to do that. But I love to roll those on occasion. There's another one. They don't make it very easy to read, but it's a 45th Gen Con. I also have a little German D6. 2, 4, 5, 3, 6, So I roll that once in a while just to mess with the guys. Sometimes you'll find a colorful D6, the crystal cast. I think those are the guys that actually do these special dice. Crystal cast, I found these the other year, and they just had monsters or dwarfs with the die. I thought that was kind of cool. And of course, metal. Ooh, I like metal. They feel good, and when I got a thumper of a damage, I pull out the metal D6s. And then of course, that's the old traditional D6 from the original dice, that classic red. So those are my kind of fun D6s I use. So another fun little spot I have in my DM dice tray is these D6s that have a little saying on one of the sides. And every year I'm at Gen Con, I always search for these at the dice booths. But there are all sorts of fun ones. You got your dope, and your arg, and your bollocks, and your son of a bitch, and brain food, and whoops, you gotta be able to see it, booyah, and R.I.P., and steaming pile of shit, and kaboom, and you're screwed, jackass, damn, and of course my favorite, frack. So sometimes I'll roll D6s, normal D6s, and I'll just mix one of these in there. And I always love their expression when they're like, what the hell's that? And then it gives everybody a good chuckle. So special-sided D6s. If you're a Warhammer 40K guy, I'm sure you have a lot of these. But boy, I highly encourage you to mix some of these in with your dice. You know, everybody gets a good laugh. So now we got Game Science. I'm pretty sure that's the name of them. But they're special dice. They're supposed to roll more random. And they're very light, and some people, you love or hate them. There's kind of nothing in between. I like them, and I use them on occasion. And every year that I go to Gen Con, I buy a new color. And it's kind of become a little tradition for me. So I don't really take a lot of dice with me. I buy a new set when I get there. So I like that green. The other thing is they're nice and easy to read. Right? Blue, red. So I keep these in my tray too, because again, if they're sitting at the bottom of my dice bag, I forget to use them. And what's the point? You got to use the stuff you have, right? So those are sitting in my dice tray to encourage me to use different dice for fun. So I keep some special dice in my tray too. That one, you could draw your own dungeon, right? You can do a random dungeon off a die. Sometimes I'm looking for a class on an NPC. I can use that guy. Again, another class one. Hey, what alignment are they? Use that D6. That's more, I think those are different 4E classes. That's alignment. Sometimes, hey, what are you fighting? Lower level, higher level. So I'll put those guys in there. How difficult is the encounter? Right? They got challenge rating D6 in there. God bless America, right? We think of everything. It's so great. Hey, how about the treasure? What kind of treasure did you get? Oh, so I'll roll this guy once in a while. And again, I'll do these in-game, or I'll do them as I'm doing encounter building on a lazy Saturday afternoon, or I'll even make the player roll it. So if they roll crappy, they have no one to blame but themselves. So that one's always fun. And this one is a monster die. Gosh, those are hard to read. Or is that traps? Oh, those are traps. Yeah. Then you got hit locator. Oh, I love hit locator dice. So much fun. Sometimes you can do it as a called shot. Take a penalty on your attack, and then you call where you're going to hit. Maybe you get extra damage, especially if there's a headshot. But we use those, and then there's another one with more kind of things. And then we even made our own, because that's how we do things here at the Pile. But so you got hook hand, got hit in the feelings, coin purse, and the pride, Achilles, spleen, taint. We have niblets. We have a lot of groin ones for some reason. Bread box, coin purse, yeah, that kind of thing. But especially when you kill a monster. I always like it when you kill a monster. And I always say, well, where did that last hit go as he's falling to the ground to meet his maker? And then they'll roll and they'll say, oh, I got them in the coin purse. Let's talk about money. I love money in the game. Paizo, and I forget the original guys who made them, but Paizo took them over. But campaign coins were the original ones. The first Gen Con I was at, I bought campaign coins. But I keep a tray of money in there, and if I need to do money on the fly, I just pull some of this out. I'll roll it, or I'll just make a decision. I'll roll one of those other dice. But I love to keep money in my tray. All different amounts: silver, copper, gold. Not a lot of platinum, though, because we all know platinum's silly. But there's your money. Next up, we got monsters. Right, I have dice to help me do wandering monsters. I don't even know. Sometimes people sell you stuff at the game store, or they do trades, and you just snatch them up the second they get them. We got these goofy dice, and then the type of person that you meet. Right? Is it a dwarf, or hey, who's that sitting over at the table? It's an elf kind of thing. Hey, what's in that cave? Oh yeah, a little goblin or kobold, right? That kind of thing. But then I forgot to show one other one in terms of unique dice, and that's the scatter die. Ooh, is the scatter die important? Everybody should have one. And I do have another. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Here it is. But these scatter dice are really helpful, and I forget what other game you use them in. But so if you fall, which way did you fall? Oh, you fell back. Where did the explosion happen? Oh, it happened right in the center of a square you're on. Scatter dice are super handy. I always keep some more specialty dice in another tray. I use this one a lot where people say, hey, what time of day is it? So you roll this little timer kind of thing at 7 p.m. So I'll use that. Yes, no. I use this like crazy. So you can either use a yes, no, or you can have a heads, tails. I know people do odds or evens, but come on, have some fun. The yes, no, we do if someone scores a critical, we roll a yes, no, and then you can get an encounter card if you roll a yes on top of that. So we use those. Friend or foe. So the DM can roll that on the side to decide if an NPC they're about to interact with is a good guy or bad guy. And then I have these these mood dice. Same thing. Hey, how is that NPC? Well, he's pretty cranky. I wouldn't mess with him. Or, oh, look at that. He's kind of happy and maybe a little hammered. So some more like just handy DM dice to have around. And last but not least, I have a set. They're not the original because I don't want to spend $1 gazillion, but they're a redo of the original dice that came with the box set. I can forget those colors and those dice, but I keep those, and again, they were sitting in my bag, out of sight, out of mind. I forget to use them, but in my DM dice tray, I'm going to use them a lot. So I keep those for nostalgia's sake. Maybe someday I'll buy one of the original ones. I'm kind of a nut bar in collecting, so I'm sure eventually I'll get these. But I saw these at Gen Con, and I'm like, hey, those are cool, so I grabbed one. I can't tell you how, if you walk that dealer hall, look at all the different dice vendors, because I find something new every year. So here's a wide shot of that DM dice tray. And this is just my take on it. Old school gamers group, there's all sorts of guys who shared examples of theirs and how they do it. But those are all the dice that we talked about. In the top left corner, there's pens and pencils. But boy, that's easy to carry. That's easy to find stuff. Very little digging. Everything you need for a DM. But maybe you can post in your comments and tell me what I'm forgetting. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, guys, because it was really fun to put together, and I'm excited to use it in future DM sessions. And again, special thanks to Simon and Mark Saxton for their inspiration. It's a great community, and I feel real fortunate to keep getting such great ideas from people.
Couldn't ask for a better night. 2 by 2 to the ring, to the right. Point of view. Each retreat to the corner that's defined by you. To the ring, to the right. Point of lonely rain. She is the boxer boxer, he knows no peaceful sleep tonight. Caught the downfall of Jack and Jill, Ryan too. He did not approve of Kaylee's move. Dr. Mike was fight or flight at Dundrum School. To the ring, to the right, point of no return, no passion left to burn. The boxers grow weary, their eyesight blurry, blurry view. Boxer, she knows when and where to strike. And he is the boxer, he knows no peaceful sleep tonight. All's quiet on the front smoky room. Boxer standing tall, peering through, finding no one left to fight. What to do? To the ring, to the right, point of view. Lonely rain, she is the boxer, she knows when and where to strike. And we are the boxers, we know no peaceful sleep tonight. Lonely rain.
I kind of think that video went pretty good. It's alright? It's alright.